Hi guys, welcome back to Confessions of a Desi Drama Queen. We are your drama queens, Amna and Sana, and we're here for another episode. I love coming here.
I know.
It's the best.
Thinking that I brought my mic closer.
We settle in and we're like, and the day here is so fun. We drive together, we get ready together. It's just such a fun day.
I'm like, therapy
podcast therapy. Tell people our problems ourselves online for my dad to find. And that's what we're gonna do. Which okay,
laugh at that.
I don't remember if I ever told this story or not, but my dad was watching the podcast and I was like, Dad, because we have a shared YouTube account. So when I went to Dallas like 2 weeks ago, I logged him out. And I didn't tell him. And my dad's like, the YouTube looks weird. There's nothing there. And I'm like, Dad, the computer had to reboot.
My hero.
And I don't know, you're just gonna have to start from scratch. I'm so sorry.
He's never gonna find it because it's 85 letters long.
Nope. So for now, we're safe. So
talk your shit.
Yeah, so now I'm gonna start saying everything.
Like as if you weren't before.
Right. And if I ever stop or I start like hesitating, just know my dad's in the area.
Sometimes we go down spirals where we'll be like, what if like this person sees our podcast and we're like, oh,
this podcast is like very extreme exposure therapy.
So I keep seeing therapy like TikTok talking about how
yes
talking about how like the type of person that is like self-actualizing all the time or like always like or thinks that they're like they are aware of what's going on.
Hyper aware of
themselves.
themselves.
What's that called? It's like a type of whatever. So anyways, there's a name for it on Therapy Talk. And so basically I'm like, oh my God, that's me. Like it's the person that comes into therapy and is like, look, I've kind of already like figured myself out.
Yeah.
So like these are the things like you just like think that you already have it figured out.
Yeah. And I just need a solution.
Us?
Yeah.
And then we're here doing this.
Yep. Actually, also my complex has gone so much higher because one of my best friends is a therapist. So when she says something to me, like if I'm like, hey, was I in the wrong for this? And she's like, absolutely not. I'm like, we cannot argue it. She's a therapist.
Talk about hierarchy.
She like,
it's her word.
you want me to go to therapy and figure it out? That's what I'm doing currently. Pro bono, I'm her one pro bono case. Like, yeah, I'm going to listen to her. If she tells me I'm right, I'm right. So yeah, if you're listening to this, don't stop telling me that. Don't stop.
Give me all the
advice. Okay, you guys. So not obviously, because how would you know?
Yes.
I don't know if you guys.
I don't know if it caught.
And I just had such a good crack.
It was a good neck crack.
Okay. So this episode, we're not doing a confession because there's just way too much to cover in the world. Pop culture is
it's fucking piping. It's
the fire.
Brewing,
everything's on fire.
Everything's on fire. And we're just at work doing our fucking day job. Everything's on fire.
Yeah. And
in the real world, also everything's on fire. But we're talking about pop culture fire.
Yeah. And specifically, we're talking about Diddy.
Okay, well, that's not pop culture even. That's like
like real world.
Dude. Guys, I have been spending like nonstop, like it's my part-time job type. And I know we all get into the one. I didn't really get into the other ones like
the Johnny Depp and the
I was like in it, but I got into it later. But
right.
I'm like, okay, it's hour 48. Okay, I need the hour by hour breakdown. Dude, it's crazy.
I didn't because yesterday, Sana was saying this to me and I was like, I'm not gonna watch it because I want you to tell me about it.
Help herself. She can't help
She
herself.
is a journalist. I had to watch it. I was doing that all morning.
Of course.
I was talking to Vanessa, our hairdresser and best friend for life, about it.
Yes.
Like, I am so in it. And it's actually shocking to me how for years, dude, I think about this about myself all the time. Every single person that I've ever loved in the public eye always does some shit like this. And I'm like, okay.
Always betray me.
Always betray me.
No, they do.
I have really fucked up taste and I just don't know because that's what I'm putting out into the world.
My aura's picking up the wrong people.
I'm being attracted to the wrong place, the wrong people. Because I remember thinking like Diddy and Cassie, they're Hollywood stars. I love them.
I remember someone I follow, like someone I know had posted on their story that they had seen them together, like that they had seen
out in the world.
Yeah, Diddy and Cassie together at like a pizza shop or something like that. And I was like, oh my God, I love Diddy and Cassie. That would be so cool. And now I'm like, this poor girl. I wish I could hold her and hug her. And she's, by the way, I'm sure most of you are keeping up with the case, but if you're not, you'll hear about it through us here and there because we're fucking deep and invested. But Cassie is like 8 and 8+ months pregnant. She's literally due with her third baby early June. And she's over here testifying about the crazy fucking shit she went through, dude. And it literally breaks my heart. Dude, she was like 19 when she met him. She was with him through her 20s. Literally had no idea what she was getting herself into. Insane.
And he was a weirdo back then too. Yeah. She was like, he randomly kissed me on my 21st party. And then he made it to where their houses were so close. He could go there via a golf cart. And he's always been controlling. And that he was her first of everything. Yeah, first to like serious relationship. First stuff, doing physical stuff with him.
And she had signed with his label because he has signed with label,
but 10 of her albums, I think she said, didn't come out or get released because of him.
Right. Like they had done a deal for 10 albums and nothing. Where are they? And she was literally fully somebody was like, her full-time job became doing these freak offs and all this shit, which, oh my God. It's so sad. Also, like the people that are coming out and reporting on this case, live, like dude, by the way, just consuming it, I'm like, fuck, that's so dark, dude. Like I can't stop thinking about it because I'm like, that's so fucking dark. I can't believe she went through that. She's a mom now. Like I can't stop thinking about it. And then I'm like, one, there's people sitting in that room, and then that woman went through that, and then there's people that resonate with that. I'm like, oh
and you know what is not even crazier, but just as crazy about who's in the room and who's not. My girl Stephanie Sue is in the room, and she was broadcasting it, and I was like, oh, Stephanie, I take her word for everything. But then I also saw this morning that Cassie's husband was not allowed to stay. He was allowed to stay. Diddy didn't want him there initially. But then her lawyers, right. He thinks he's going to control the situation from jail.
Oh my God.
And then, but
I'm fucking flabbergasted.
I don't know how he got away with this. But they came to an agreement because so he didn't want Cassie's current husband in the room.
I just want to say that you're really taking my shine on this topic.
I'm so sorry.
And please, you're fucking glowing from within. Continue.
No, there's so much more.
No, there's so much more, but fucking continue.
Okay, so he didn't.
She's an angel presenting your fucking news. Are you kidding?
That is my dream. Back to business. I'm like that guy that was okay with that girl passing out on the news yesterday, and he kept going. I'm like, anyways. So, Diddy didn't want Cassie's current husband in the trial room. Okay, who the fuck are you? And then her lawyer was like, she's pregnant. She needs support. He's going to be there. They came to an agreement.
Her brother was there too. And then
her brother was there?
Uh-huh.
Good.
She has
and they came to an agreement that he can stay, Cassie's husband can stay, but only up until she starts talking about the year 2018. And
who said that?
I don't know who came to that agreement within the lawyers. That's what I was told.
But who asked for him to not be there past that timeline?
Diddy.
I hope you're
Diddy's
right about
team.
this, right? Okay.
Diddy's team. Let me say Diddy's team, not Diddy. I'm like, and Diddy said, like I was in there myself.
So
but no, and I'm like, how are you going to dictate who's in there when your own children are in the courtroom? Your kids are listening to this.
Dude, I can't stop. As soon as my mind gets off one part of this thing and then I go to that, I'm like, his daughters are in there. His daughters are in there. Her husband, her brother are in there. She's pregnant. She has, like, I literally cannot stop spiraling. And then I guess Diddy's mom is like super supportive of him. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Of course she is.
Just,
you know, I really respect the moms who are like, my kid fucked up. I love them because they're my kid, but they fucked up and they deserve to face the consequences of their actions.
What the fuck are you doing?
That's a mother.
Like, I know she's seen shit. She's the mom that's turning a blind eye, like 100%. You're so fucked up.
Yeah, and it's not like he's not to say that it's not just as bad if someone were to just take advantage of anybody, right? One time. Like one time is one time too much. But I'm like, it's not like your son did something one time. He is having 4-day-long freak offs. 4 days.
For 4 decades. For fucking decades. Multiple women.
I can't even imagine what type of drugs you have to be on to
No, she says
do 4 days.
She says that, dude, they talk about that she was on everything. She literally talks about being on drugs the entire time, being on coke and ecstasy and shrooms and fucking DHB. I don't even know what DHB is, Amna. I don't even know what that is. And fucking ketamine and everything and like everything, and that she would do it herself to numb herself through it, because how else was she going to survive that? And then she would like he would like force her to too. And then during the freak off, she said there was a time that she stayed awake for, or somebody reported that she said there was a time that she stayed awake for 4 days straight because he kept keeping her on coke and ecstasy. And I was like, oh my fucking God, like, oh my God.
It's actually insane.
And that's not even, and then they had the other victims in the room were,
they had that one male escort in the room.
Yeah, they had the male escort in the room. And then they also have a victim too, who they're calling Jane, but like it's whoever he was with most recently. So like after Cassie, he was with someone for a few years. So that person's victim too. And then there's a victim 3, and victim 3 and victim 3's lawyer, at least up until what I saw, they have not found them. They're like missing. Like they're just like missing people. And I'm like, what is going on?
It's like that movie Blink Twice that is basically at this point a documentary.
Oh my God, I know.
That's the documentary.
Well, weren't we thinking that when we watched it? Like we had talked about that like, wait, is this what the fuck is happening?
This is actually what happens. And honestly, for what? You guys do all this thing. And it's so good. And I can't even imagine how Cassie feels, because I'm sure he told her all the time that no one's going to find out. He probably thought he was God himself. And now he looks like a mess.
Yeah, but I'm shook at that. I'm like, how? Like what? I can't understand, but I can completely empathize that there was no way out for her, dude. There was no way out for her. As a woman, you understand that. But I'm saying the other people around him.
That's what I'm saying. Grown men don't say shit.
Yeah, but
about
like the other
50 Cent.
people.
Ooh, I meant 50 Cent is the only one that was saying his bit and was correct about it.
Yeah, dude. 50 Cent and Cat Williams and a bunch of people that were like always saying that he's shady as fuck. But like, dude, that there were so many other people that were witness to his shit, involved in his shit, all the
victim
stuff.
of him.
Yes, and nobody else. Like it's like they're talking about that they've done this in like so many cities, so many countries. Nobody
all
else
around the
actually
world.
Not nobody else, because now when I'm deep diving it, there's been like sprinkles of it for fucking.
But they were always
actually.
silenced. They were always silenced, and even us. That's what I'm saying. Back then, the amount of people that we idolized, and the thing is, other people we idolized were around him. So we're like,
I know, but
how?
I feel like there's obviously more is going to unravel.
Yeah.
So like when we're recording, it's been like 3 or 4 days of the trial so far. So there's so much coming out like hour by hour. But
the amount of people that are always around. Sorry, keep like stabbing your hand. The amount of people that are like always around him, and that we were like, oh, he would never, because there's so many people around him.
You're right. And I was gonna say to that all the parties and stuff he had.
Like, you have to hold my hand through this. Continue.
It feels good right now, but nice. I'll let go if it feels clammy.
It feels good. My hands are clammy. Your hands are cold. It feels good.
Dude, I feel like a vampire. My hands and feet are always fucking
And I just
cold.
finished all of Twilight, so I'm like, I feel good. Okay, what were we saying? All the people that we know, not we know, but like all the people
that are
around.
Okay,
him.
first of all, I feel like Ashton Kutcher is definitely involved in some shit, 100%, and which makes me so fucking sad. I'm like, also everybody we grew up idolizing,
Usher,
exactly idolizing. But Usher seems like he went through some shit and then also caused some shit, which is not an excuse. So I just, the things that are about to unravel, I feel like between the Nickelodeon stars of it all and like everybody else, I'm like, oh, so everything we watched was a lie, and we fully believed everything, and we idolized them, and you're all fucking weird.
You guys are all freaky weirdos. You guys are like, if you gave all the theater kids a bunch of drugs and made them drug dealers all at the same time, you're like insane. You are just the weirdest human being.
I think it's like, okay, we read this really like insane, twisted, fucked up book. It was great. So if you want the recommendation, ask us for it. But we don't want to just like throw it out there willy-nilly, just in case.
It was a lot. I think we've actually said the name before.
We've said the name 100 times, but I'm just saying, just in case. But I feel like it feels like from that book and just watching Blink Twice, whatever, gets a certain level of power. And like, you know, all the brown kids talk about this late night with their chai and the conspiracy theories where literally it's like, okay, so you get to a certain level of power and then the Illuminati of it all, or like something's happening with that level of power. So that we're watching it real time unravel is fucking
and imagine
insane.
all the things that don't come out.
I know.
If this is the shit that's coming out. Do you think that Diddy's, how much jail time do you think he's gonna get? Do you think he's gonna get put away for life?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I hope he does, but I hope he does. I don't know how long. I mean, I would think so.
Yeah.
Because basically from his side, they're trying to prove that, yeah, because, okay, so you know the video.
What is his defense? I don't even know what his defense could possibly be.
Somebody fact checked me on this, because you know how they had said before the trial that his lawyer like left, his lawyer dipped on him, and then they were going to get a different lawyer. I'm like, is this a new lawyer? Is this the same fucking lawyer? But anyways, his defense is basically saying that like, yes, he had a kink. He had kinks. And yes, he's like the domestic violence part is fucked up. Like, we're owning up to that whole part, because they showed the video, which if you don't know what we're talking about, and total fucking trigger warning, by the way, for all of this. But like, there's a video showing like Diddy abusing Cassie in an elevator. It's like gone super viral. It was on CNN and stuff. And they pull up that video and they showed that video to the jury from 5 different like perspectives, 5 different angles. Wow. So I'm like, and they basically, their point is like, okay, yes, we're owning up to that. That's who he is, but that doesn't prove like all the things that he's being charged for, which is like a whole nother level or whatever. So that's what their fucking defense is.
I still don't know what the
and then
defense
for
is.
Cassie, like the questions to her were their point was basically that she's a consenting adult. And it's like insane, because he's 17 years older than her, dude. And then the stories that she's telling about basically what and like, you guys can deep dive this part on your own, because so many people are doing deep dives on it. Unless you want us to, then tell us. But like, basically, like, they're involved in like shit that she didn't want to be involved in these freak offs, and she would basically have to go get male escorts, and he had a very specific type, and she would hook up with these male escorts, and he would watch and like get off to it. And literally she was doing this stuff, and like really, really fucked up shit was happening to her, like peeing on her, peeing in her mouth, dude, really fucked up shit. And it goes like deeper and deeper and darker and darker.
Oh my God.
And he was on the stand, like that male escort, one of the male escorts, and someone that they used to hire often was on the stand, and like literally like he broke down all of this. The security that was the security from the hotel in New York where the elevator video incident happened, the head of security guy or second head of security guy was on the stand. Cassie was on the stand. So I'm just like everybody's like, oh, this is going to take a really long time. But I'm like, I mean,
what, honestly, what more do we need to hear?
I know. And she breaks down like everything. Mind you, she's fucking 8.5 months pregnant.
She's pregnant and she already has children. She's a mother already. She's pregnant. She's reliving all the trauma. And I can't even imagine the psychological
and for him to be there. And then I heard, or I saw something today on TikTok where this woman who was in the room was saying that he's been like really charming. Like he's had his charm on throughout. Like he's like asking people how they're doing, or there's a woman that's pregnant in the like he's just like really on. He's like talking to or smiling at the jury and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, he's gonna try to play the nice guy. He's gonna, and you know, but that's the thing with these like sociopath, psychopath, type men. They are charming.
Yeah, obviously that's how he's gotten so far.
That's how they get as far as they do, or that's how they get people to kind of like, they gaslight people because they are so charming.
Yeah.
No, guys, Sana spilled her coffee on her shirt in the car, and we went through
like as if I've been hiding it.
We went through so much to get it out, and now another drop fell. It's okay, just ignore it. Just ignore it. Nobody look at it.
No, it's fine. Luke, that's so nice.
Thanks, Luke.
And like, why would I wear white? And you know the worst part is, you guys, thank you so much. The worst part is, I'm just wearing, Masha, let me not jinx her. Please don't let me jinx her. I'm just wearing white pants and a white top. And she held the coffee the entire way up to the studio, through the hallway, to the bathroom and back, and she didn't get, and I didn't even hold it in the car. Yeah. And I looked down and it was on
even me. Sana's water bottle, when she tried taking water out to put on the napkin, even that spilled out. So
it's okay. What's going on? Whatever.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Try putting your hair in front of it. Will it cover it?
They already know.
They know. You guys know. It's fine. It's fine.
No, it is what it is. Okay, whatever.
Speaking of sociopathic, charming, gaslighty men.
Yeah. Good segue. Good segue.
That was so good. We have to talk about the Ace family.
Dude!
I am dying at the whole mermaid situation of it all.
Okay, backtrack.
We have to backtrack. To those of you who don't know, the Ace family. Actually, no, you take this one.
Really? Okay.
Take it. So, take it away.
I was fucking dying for it. Did you see I put on our Instagram story? If you don't follow, you should. It's really funny. The puja you want to be, and it's like Pooh from Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham, and then the puja you become, and it's like the puja that's like the brooming
you
one.
dying
She's like,
for it.
Yeah, that one. And I was like, that is so fucking funny.
That's exactly what we're becoming.
But anyway, so the Ace family. So Catherine released a book recently. Also, when this started coming up on my For You page, either it's coming up because of you, and thank God you're keeping me like up with like the times, like fucking the mom from Mean Girls. That's how I feel. But if it was on my own, I literally was like, is this old? Because like I haven't seen them pop up in a minute. So I just was like, I don't know how I got to the side of TikTok. And then I found out she released a fucking book. And because she released this book, and in her book, she's talking about like the things that she went through in her marriage with Austin. And I feel so bad for their kids. I feel bad for their kids, dude. But I feel bad for her too. And she's basically saying like he was cheating on her. And at one of their like big events that they make a whole show about, they would do these like charity events in LA. At one of those events, he like didn't ask her to come up with him.
He was just being really weird.
He was being really fucking weird. Very like pick me man. It's just nasty behavior, bro. Fucking weird. Fucking weird. And he doesn't ask her. And then she sees that one of the girls that she's heard or knows that he's cheating on her with is there. Like just his fucking audacity. Mother of his 3 fucking kids. So anyways, she like details a lot of that. And I don't know what else, but I know that's a part of it because I haven't read it yet. But then Austin responds, and you can take over from here.
Austin responds, and Catherine also mentions in her book that he cheated when she was pregnant with her 3rd child.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was cheating on her when she was with her 3rd child. And in the book, she talks about how she obviously confronts him, right? And once he's cheating.
Is that the first time that she finds out?
That I'm not sure. But I know at some point she speaks to him because Austin brings this up in his video.
Okay.
Where he's like, when Catherine and I had our confrontation about it, she said, "Don't embarrass me." And then he goes something along the lines of, I don't know what that means to you guys.
Oh, I did see that.
But basically what he took from it was, do it. Just do a better job at hiding
You dumb fuck. You dumb fuck. Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
Like, what?
Also,
that's
like,
what you
if
got
that's
from
actually what you thought, who admits that to the internet as an actual reason and justification for their behavior?
He took it a step further. When he started his video, he talks about how he and Catherine are like the best co-parents, have nothing but love for each other, blah, 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 right? And then he's like, I wanted to release my own video when we got divorced where I'm telling everybody that I cheated.
Nobody wants to hear about what you did. Everybody knew what you did because you're so loud about it and everybody saw what you were doing.
Also, look at Catherine, look at him.
Oh my, dude.
I don't need any other information.
There was a girl on TikTok that was like, you know what? Everybody that followed them loved her and their kids. Everybody that followed them would be like, okay, Austin, move.
Yeah.
Like, we want to see Catherine. And that's so fucking true. He was always a little bit fucking obnoxious.
He's always been a weird. I also am really sick and tired of his hair and his little goatee shit.
God.
It's been the same since 2012.
Grow up.
Fucking grow as a person.
Look like you have 3 kids.
Exactly. It doesn't even look good. That's the thing. It's not like a signature look that look good. Anyways, besides the point. So he starts off with that. He says, I'm going to release a video. He's like, he then plays a voicemail of Catherine telling him not to release a video because he's going to look bad. You dumb bitch. Obviously, you have 3 kids. She doesn't want you to say stupid shit like you've been doing for the last however many years because you have kids and you guys are already divorced. And then he goes into a, which we all have, anybody who follows Catherine, like she is very much on her spiritual.
And she's with a new man.
Journey. She's with this new guy. Yeah. And she's very spiritual and she's really big on like ayahuasca. Oh, I didn't know how much.
I didn't know that either until he talked about it. I didn't know she was like a.
I knew she was like. I knew she was in it. I knew she was
I'm intrigued.
Like,
I want to like know. I hope she. I was wondering if she talks about that in her book because I'm like, dude, I want to read that.
Yeah. And he starts saying how he was like basically saying how, excuse me, in her ayahuasca trip, she talks about this on a video where she's like, basically in another lifetime, she was a mermaid. He was there. Austin was there. He was a merman. So they did a photo shoot as a merman. This is before they got divorced. But the memes are so funny because he's like, she basically turned me into a mermaid. And then it goes hard cut to them as mermaid and merman. And in this mermaid outfit.
Fun. And this is like not real. You know what I mean?
What are we even talking about? It's
literally not real.
And then he's basically talking to her about how he's like, her friends came to me and they were so concerned because
I'm really causing a ruckus. Hold on.
That's okay. I'm telling the story in the background. You hear like everything's crashing and breaking. But he's saying how, Catherine, you know, she has these ayahuasca parties and her friends are concerned because she has these parties at the house and she has them all the time and it's random people that come and my kids are in that house, which is like a valid concern, right?
That I didn't know he said that. I heard he said this is something people do like 1, 2, 3 times in their life, and she's going and doing it once a month, and then she's sending me these weird pictures, and I'm like,
that's what he did say that, but he also said that people come to him and they were concerned, so he's concerned, right? And I'm like, okay, at the end of the day, you cheated on your wife who was pregnant with your 3rd child. I don't care if she builds a house and lives in the tree. I don't care. Like, who cares?
That's so funny.
Like, what does it matter what she's doing? Obviously, if she, like, the kids were doing ayahuasca, that's fucked up. That's not what's happening.
But I get if he's not fine with it, right? Like, I get that.
Yeah,
like, you're
like,
married,
that's like,
your husband and wife go through weird shit. Right now, Muzi won't get off fucking skinny jeans, and I'm like really fucking annoyed of it. And you go through things where you're like, this is so fucking annoying about you.
Yeah.
But like, what does that? What does any of that have to do with you cheating on her? What is the correlation?
What is the correlation? It doesn't matter.
Your wife went a little, okay, let's just like,
and everyone was like, so you fucked her up so bad that she was like, I would rather go on this journey,
escape with the
every month,
yep,
than have to look at your goatee in the
I literally
eyes.
felt everything you just wanted to say.
And then
it was good.
I can't even, like, it's just so bad. And then on top, Diddy, this, and then oh my God, why am I forgetting her name? Little Mermaid. Oh my God.
Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey.
Wait, I don't know, but I know there's something going on. But
Halle Bailey. So her ex is a loser.
Yeah.
Established. And he was posted online screenshots of him talking to her being like, he thought, and I don't know if this is true or not, but he was assuming that she's dating Brent Fayez or Fayez.
No way.
And which I don't know if she is or isn't.
Yeah.
So she released pictures and evidence of him abusing her. She has a bruise on her arm, a chipped tooth, and she talks about an altercation. She has filed for a restraining order against him.
Oh no.
And I'm looking at these 3 incredibly successful, beautiful, intelligent, smart women. Yeah. And I'm looking at the lineup of men that we've got going on.
Dude, I know.
And I'm like,
dude, even I'm going to cry. All the Cassie montages of like her being so young and going through what she's going through. I'm like, dude, she had no fucking clue. 19? They had no fucking clue.
Yeah.
Just so fucked up.
It's really fucked up.
Yeah.
And so now with the Ace family, I'm like,
too,
okay,
really
like you're such a loser.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? And your kids are on the internet. Like, also, what are you talking about?
Like, not that this should matter. I get it. But just being so fucking for real, Catherine's fucking bad. I'm confused at what she's fine as fuck. Like, I'm confused. Work on your marriage. He was like, oh, she wouldn't have sex with me. So something's going on. Like, work on your marriage. I'm just confused. Like, what is the problem?
And if someone like her is not sleeping with you, you should look inwards.
That's what I'm saying. Like if she's not sleeping with you, she's a woman. 1 + 1 = fucking 2. Figure out what's going on. Like,
also, like, all these men are, it's when men, they're like acting like they should be the princesses. They should be, they're the most, like, they're the ones between the two of them that anyone gives a shit about. And it's like, we really don't always care was about
like,
you.
But that was always something everybody talked about was an ick about them. Like, he always gave main character energy on the camera.
Like, he was trying to be main character. Yeah, he was weird. So obnoxious. It was all very showy. It was very strange.
Wondering how their kids, like, because their daughter's grown now. Like, that's fucking weird for her to have to grow up and her parent, like, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
And imagine how much you would want to go into fucking hiding. Like, everybody get away from me, because everybody knows them.
Yeah. And also your kids are on all of your vlogs and on they're like front and center. So it's not even like they could go into hiding if they really wanted to, because everybody knows what your kids look like.
Like, celebrities try to keep their kids out and you guys are over here. Like, it just does not make sense. Why would you do? Yeah. So anyways.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know how to segue to the next.
What is the next thing?
The other thing that we were going to talk about this episode was Mother's Day and the PCOS of it all and things like that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, just a high level of it.
Okay.
So the week that we're recording this, the day that you guys are going to see this, The weekend before that was Mother's Day. I'm getting better at the
the math of it all, the
Tetris
timing.
of it all.
Like Mother's Day was what, like 3 days ago, basically.
For us, but when they're watching this, it was like a week ago.
Right. Okay. You're right. Yeah, you did a better job at that. Yes. Also, sorry. So sorry, guys. We did like a hard jump because from like journalism to we're like, anyways, guys.
Journalism and I hate like literally, and now we're like,
and then we cut, and then our voices went down, and we were like, guys. So last week, 3 days.
Some
for you.
segues are easy and some are difficult.
There's no way for us to segue that.
Yeah, literally.
But it was Mother's Day. Okay, here we go. Mother's Day. So Mother's Day.
Sorry, you know what that just gave?
What? Say it right now.
I'm so sorry, and it's only okay because she's my cousin. Okay, like, but listen, in Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, when little Anjali goes up on stage and the card says "Ma."
That's exactly what this is. And I'm dressed like her. Oh no.
All you need is a red headband.
Guys.
No, oh my God.
Oh my God.
So funny. And I'm the fucking girl before her in the glasses.
Oh no. Okay. And now the tears are going to look like it's part of
I'm just Go, Anjali, go.
Okay. Mother's Day for me was tricky because for those of you who don't know,
no, this cannot be.
I cannot say this laughing.
No,
I'm gonna get slapped in my seat. I'm gonna get smacked. No, you literally something's gonna fall on my white outfit.
Oh my God.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, and I hope you guys have listened this far and there's context to me us laughing. To those of you who don't know, I lost my mom. It's not funny. I'm only laughing because of the Anjali thing.
No, stop.
Stop. Okay, stop. I'm telling you to stop. I'm the one doing it. Okay. Mother's Day.
No, stop.
Okay, you start then.
That's what I'm saying.
Start.
Okay. Good. Mother's Day. Guys, it's fine. It's just men. They're here. It's Mother's Day. Okay. Okay. My Mother's Day, we in the daytime went to my in-laws, and then in the evening went to dinner with my mom. And my parents are separated. And I'm so sorry. I'm not laughing at that. There's just we've been on a little bit of a roller coaster.
Yeah.
So I think we're in like the crazy state. But this is how we cope.
This is our coping mechanism.
Fine. So my parents are separated. Ha fucking ha. Okay. And it's my mom's first Mother's Day where she's like alone. And so like obviously if I wasn't married, I would spend the whole day with my mom. Yeah. But like obviously it's my mother-in-law's Mother's Day too, and my sister-in-law's Mother's Days too. So I want to celebrate with them too. So anyways, we split the day, right? And I'm just like, even that, it's like it kind of felt like Eid again in some ways on all ends, because like the way that we had split it. And then when I went by my mom, I was just thinking like, I was so worried about if her Mother's Day started off like sad or okay because she was just alone. And I was thinking about like, okay, even if it's not because your parents are separated, for whatever reason, your mom's just like alone, or you're married and you have to like split your time. Yeah. I feel like it gets hard for like Mother's Day, for Eid, for stuff like that, where you're like, fuck, I don't know, like I feel so guilty that I can't give you like all my time. Yeah. But also I don't want to like cut, you know what I mean?
And it's so different from Father's Day, because Father's Day, dads, you just kind of like, my dad doesn't even know when Father's Day is, right? So it's just like a pleasant surprise for them. They're just like, oh, me, thanks, and you're like, great, we just have to feed him a little snack and he's so good.
My dad cares.
My dad literally is like, well, okay, he gets like offended. But with moms, especially my mom, like Mother's Day events, things were like a really big deal. And in general, like, speaking of moms, Rimsha.
Oh my God.
Speaking of mothers who are mothering.
If you watched the last episode, before last episode, Rimsha and Samin were on. Rimsha is one of our best friends. And
I was also like getting revved up back here. Rimsha left the studio. Luke doesn't even know this. Rimsha left the studio and went into labor that night. And we were like late that night. Remember? She went into labor late that night?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she went into labor late that night.
Yeah, because I'm thinking it was the next day. No, she went into labor that night.
Late that night, she went into labor.
Yeah, you're right. You guys, we barely made it.
We barely made it.
Literally.
And I'm like, the day you went into, or I guess the day or the morning of that you went into labor, you're just sitting here chit-chatting with us.
Literally.
At a podcast studio.
I felt so guilty. I'm like, she was swollen driving in here.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
we had lunch with her.
Working.
Oh my God, yeah.
But
and Sana's 2 for 2, you guys. She's given birth, or not given birth. She's been, to me, basically, she's given birth.
She's given birth.
She's been in the birthing room, been with our friends during labor twice.
Dude, I have I was thinking about my roster of 2s, and you're going to be like, where the fuck, why, when did this thought? But I have it ready to go. I've been in 2 delivery rooms. I've watched 2 of my friends give birth to their daughters, and it was fucking amazing both times. I'm so fucking honored. And then I've gotten 2 couples married. The Rimsha's sister, actually, and then my cousin. And then, not like I'm the Rishta lady, but you know what I mean? They like met through me.
Yeah.
And then I've had 2 women hit on me.
And I've had none. That is so
I know, this
mean.
is like a qualm.
I am so upset.
I was dying to tell you
I don't want to be in anybody's birthing room. Don't ask me. I'm okay with that. I can't handle birth, and Sana watches it like it's nothing.
Yeah,
Last week we were talking about how it's hard.
And I was like showing her and my sister, like, they can watch demons come out of a vagina, but they can't watch like
an actual human life.
Never. It's just a baby.
No. And Sana
and Rabia and Amna will I'll show it to them and I'll be like, isn't that crazy? And they literally are like traumatized.
I don't even want to look at my own birth. I'm so good. And Sana can't watch horror movies, and she loves watching birth. She's like, guys, look at that. Amazing. It's science. It's life, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
reading
gagging.
Hypocrisy by Rimsha. I was like,
yeah, I've gotten nobody married. And no woman that I know of has ever hit on me. And it really messes. I'm hoping they're doing it in secret.
No, it's going to happen. It's going to happen
so.
for you.
If you're a woman and you're into a man and you think I'm cute, please.
Or tell her where, what
I'm doing wrong. Am I not giving off the right vibe? Am I giving off?
Wait, am I giving off a vibe, you think?
That's a great vibe to give off. That other women and men want you. That's amazing.
Okay.
I barely can get the men to want me if I even want them to want me. And then I don't want, and the actual women, I'm like, guys. And they're like, not you. And I'm like, okay.
So should we segue back to your Mother's Day?
Oh my God. Yeah. My Mother's Day. Circling back. So it was an exciting Mother's Day all the way around. But for my Mother's Day, so what I was trying to say earlier so far is for anyone who doesn't know, I lost my mom at 26 in 2020. And that's a whole episode in of itself. It's definitely a topic that I want to talk about. And I've had so many people ask me, like, are you going to talk about it? And I'm like, absolutely. I love talking about my mother. I obviously talk about her very lightheartedly, which is why I'm like, I'm going to trip and fall because it's going to be her being like, shut up. But I think it's a really important conversation to be had. It's just different day, different time. But we're going to get into it.
And just so you know, we channel her, both of us, and Amna especially.
Always.
We channel her in and out all the time.
And we talk about her all the time. I talk about her all the time.
It's a huge part of our life.
Yeah, and I'm 31 now, for anyone to gauge. I was 26 when she passed, and I'm 31 now. And from every year, to anyone who's gone through grief or lives through grief, actually, to anyone who lives with grief, every year is a different year. Every event's a different event. Sometimes the really big events like birthdays, anniversaries, this and that are like the hard hitters. And then sometimes it's like her birthday will pass and I'm like, great. But then like a random Tuesday will get me. And I think about her all the time. Obviously, even in big days, I think about her every day. And I shed a tear twice a week at minimum. In like I miss you, good, lovey way, not in like a...
No, I think that sounds so healthy.
In like the right ways, right?
Yeah.
So this year I was so confident that I wasn't going to get so deep in my feels because there have been years where it doesn't really affect me and I'm very like, oh, I've deeped in, I'm good. Yes, like this is great, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if it's just being 31 or what it was, but this year it really got me. I had a moment. I listened to her voice messages. I cried and it was like a good cry. Like you needed the good cry. But it is very different being 31, maybe. That's what I'm accounting it to because now when I look at myself as 26, I'm like 26 is so young. I didn't realize.
Exactly. The perspective of how the older you get, one, closer to her age, and then also closer to like, oh my God, I was such a I was so young. I was so naive. I could it was a different version of you. And
and my brother was 22. We were so young.
So young to shed
that. And also, I think the other thing is this Mother's Day was the Mother's Day where I've gotten the most comments about the fact that I don't have children. And I feel like normally it's kind of like are you guys thinking about it? This year was like, are you guys idiots? Like, you don't have kids. What are you guys doing? It was so extreme. It was so intense. So funny.
Everyone's like, either it's like, if you're not trying, it's like, are you in, like my grandma literally doesn't even say hi, dude. She's like, do you have good news? Like, it's so funny. I don't mean it. It's fine if they say, like, we laugh at it. It's fine. But sometimes it's like, okay, it's either that or they're like, you're trying and are you okay? But you don't even know which one to tell them.
You don't know which one's the better option because at some point you're like, just let me be. Just leave me alone.
Just ride the wave.
Ride the wave. And also, you saying that to me right now is not going to impregnate me. So what are we doing? It was just so loud and it was so thick in the air. And obviously, anyone that's lost their mom, like, it's not a small thing to be like, yeah, have a kid after you just lost your mom. Because it's like, I am not emotionally prepared for that journey of it all. So
that's a really good point.
You know, like, that was one of the first things that came out of my mouth in the first year where I was like, do not ask me. Like, I am not prepared to go through that mental toll that it takes, because I'm sure it takes a toll. So yeah, this year was definitely a more difficult one. But honestly, like you were saying earlier, like, every year, and I don't know if it's the older we're getting, that like they're the moms that are like, that have either lost a child, or women that are trying to have children and they're having a hard time. Or like for you, like your parents have separated, my mom has passed, or maybe you don't have a good relationship with your mom. Like there's so many.
You realize that there's so many more flawed ways of it.
Yeah.
It's a more complicated day than it is. It's sweet, and it is sweet. And even if it's out of pain, it's sweet to remember someone in that way. Like, I hope that whenever I pass, when my mom passed, whoever, that like that you feel a special place for them on that day, you know?
Yeah,
like, I hope
of course.
And it does, and it's sweet, bittersweet in whatever way. But I feel like, you get older and you feel so much more empathetic towards all the people that are having to experience it in different
And you also
ways.
realize what it actually takes to be a mother. And we're saying that not as mothers.
I know, not as moms.
But to see our friends who now have children and who have gone through pregnancies at different stages in their lives, and then to now be able to look at our own mothers with a certain level of empathy.
And
I hate to say it, you guys, I hate to say it, but they were right when they were like, you're going to get older and you're going to understand. And you'd be like, shut up. And now we're older and we're looking at our like younger cousins and we're like, shut up. No, listen to your mom. Like,
we're finding ourselves on the auntie side.
Yeah, and we're agreeing with them. Like, it's so crazy.
We'll wrap the episode here. We're doing a part 2 right after this. So we'll continue and pick up from there.
Yeah.
And you guys will hear the rest of this in the week after that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for listening.
Bye.
Bye.